What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the Great Messiah, back with another video. So, I watched Gayval The Gooner's video, his latest Rumble upload twice, titled "The Thoughts Are Back," right? And I can sympathize with with the young lad. You know what I mean? I can sympathize with the young lad. You know. Basically, just to summarize what he was saying, and as I'm talking, I'm finna clean up my room. My room is dirty because the entropy, right? Things is always going to a downward state, but I'm gonna clean while I'm talking. But it's still clean. I think I wore this yesterday. I'm gonna wear it again. Fuck it. Yeah, man. He was pretty much saying like that on a continuous basis. He has thoughts of taking himself out. You know what I'm saying? He has thoughts of, getting that semi-automatic or a handgun and blowing his brains to bits. You know what I mean? Because he just doesn't like this planet, right? And it's understandable, man. That's what, like, I don't really bash people that do it. And then there's a woman in a woman in the comments where she said most of us will probably take our lives one day, meaning the people in the in this space will probably do so at some point. I don't know if it's most people would, but some people probably are. And Gayval was like, "Oh, I may take myself out. It may be in a few years. It may be 10 years, But he said at some point he's going to do it, according to what he said in that video at some point. Now, when it comes to stuff like that, like he could grow out of it, because as he stated in the video, your human body wants to keep living regardless of how you feel about life. Like your human, it takes a lot of mental turmoil, or like he says, a lot of manic, you have to be, like, your mind has to be mentally unstable for you to go through with the act of taking yourself out. Like, you have to not be in your right mind, right? Your mind has to be gone for you to even do that shit in the first fucking place. So there's a chance that he could grow out of it, or there's a chance he could do it. But if he gets to the point where he does do it, that's because his mind is gone. The rational thinker, Gayval The Gooner, if he does do it, that means his rationality will have vanished. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely sympathize with the young lad. And I even put a poll up. I said, who thinks life is worth living? Most people said no. And then this one dude, he was like, only if you have a constant supply of, what'd he say? Fuck the nigga say, bro. Let me go back to the comment real quick. This shit ain't even let me read the comment, but he was pretty much saying, like, if you have like a constant supply of copes or some shit, he said. Or I think he said money or some shit. I forgot what he said word for word, but yeah, man, the only thing that makes life tolerable is if you have a decent amount of your needs being met on a continuous basis. Like, you could tolerate life, if you have money in your pocket, you have a support system, family, friends, and a significant other, you have a passion that you feel strongly about. You have good health. Stuff like that, you could probably manage to get through this shit. And you may have some moments where you hate life or whatever, but if you have those things in place, you'll be able to kind of manage life until it's your final destination. You feel me? But when you lack a lot of things that you desire, it's really no point of you being on this planet. It's really no point. The only thing that's keeping me here is just due to the fact that taking yourself out is hard. It's not an easy task, right? It takes for you to be mentally insane to even do it in the first place. And that's not where my mindset's at. I'm not mentally insane. I'm rational about everything. So jumping off a building or jumping in front of a train or whatever methods people use, lighting themselves on fire. People use all kinds of methods. When people are that mentally fucked up, they do all they do all kinds of shit. Like I said, I've heard of people. You know, we all know the standard use the firearm. You know, people use that. They jump off a building. They jump in front of a train. They fucking light themselves on fire. They overdose. They do all these things, man. And these things are not an easy feat, right? 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 And then some people survive some of these things, bro. And so it's just like, fuck. And then if you survive it, and they'll probably put your ass in like a mental hospital or some sort of asylum to where you can't even try to do it again. And a lot of times you won't even try to do it again because you don't want to experience that intense pain that you went through the first time. So you're going to say, oh yeah, you may just give up entirely. You know, the only way that can really ensure your demise is if somebody else does it, right? If someone like euthanasia, or if you hire like a hitman to take yourself out, they can ensure that you're going to not get through. They're going to make sure that you're going to be permanently gone because they have the full range of motion to ensure that the job gets done. Whereas you know, if you do that, you probably gonna be passed out. You're not gonna be able to do it again. Oh, I'm still alive. Oh, let me do it again. Like, you're not gonna be able to do all that. So that's the only thing keeping me here is just I understand the difficulty of these tasks. If it was easy, I would have been gone, right? So that's the only thing keeping me here, bro. That's really it. Because at this point, there's really nothing else we can really do, right? Well, especially speaking for myself, especially, you know, people not really gonna. I mean, it's still a small chance people will rise up, but it's very fucking small, and it's like it hasn't happened yet, man. At least in America. Well, I guess people did rise up with the civil rights, but that's like way old shit. That's like, I mean, there were certain little pushback and stuff. I'm not gonna say it was absolutely zero, like civil rights movement, but that was a good one. Civil rights movement. The George Floyd shit, but we still haven't had people say, man, we not going to work. We not finna keep paying all these outrageous taxes and all this shit. It hasn't happened yet. We still don't have these anti-fagalists taking a stand and doing, so it's like, bruh, I don't got time. And yes, like, I'm not saying that things is just what you observe from people. Like still a small chance people could rise up, but it's so fucking small, and you just want to get it done fast, man. You don't want to keep waiting for shit to happen. Like, at a certain, like, I'm still young, bro, but it's like each day, like, it just feels too long, bro. Niggas should have been rose up against this stuff. It shouldn't take this long. All you really hear people do is complain and not do nothing. And I'm doing the same thing, but what the fuck can I do? I'm only one person. All I can do is talk about it because most people ain't gonna do nothing about it. They're just gonna whine about it and still keep going on with their daily life. Oh fuck, I gotta pay extra taxes. Oh fuck, man. And they gonna pay it. They gonna smack their lip, but they still gonna pay it, right? So when you live in a world full of government corruption, you live in a world full of fake ass motherfuckers or NPC people, even if they cool, they still on some NPC shit. When you live in a world full of, you have to keep having money to survive. Like right now, like I'm finna call this disability place to get some disability. They haven't fucking called my ass back. I called these motherfuckers, I think Thursday or Friday. They haven't returned my call. And I need money to get through this recovery process. Because I can't work my job that I have. So we live in a world full of, you always have to find ways to motherfucking you gotta find ways to always have that in your pocket. And you don't come from like a wealthy family where money ain't an issue, money's not a problem. You know, you don't come from a family where you could easily pull out 10 racks like it's nothing. You could easily pay your car insurance or easily pay your bills like it's nothing. It doesn't bother you, right? When you live in a world full of, you always have to struggle to make money, you don't want to be here. We live in a world full of, you know, the bitch ass out of here. Full of, it's a fight to get your desires met. Like, you know, the things that you want to do, you have to fight to be able to do it. Or you have to put in effort to be able, like I said, like, you have to have money to have that gym membership. You gotta have money to eat that good food. You gotta have money to buy soap to wash your fucking booty hole. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have money to do things that benefit you. But you could be dead broke and you can experience a lot of things that don't benefit you. You know, it's just, when you live in a world full of entropy, everything is constantly going down the path of negativity. And yes, I think it's called neg entropy, where you can kind of fight the entropy a little bit. Like you can kind of, you know, hold it back a little bit, push it back a little bit. But but at some point it's gonna overcome. You know, it's like a Dragon Ball Z beam struggle where the beams are going back and forth, they're pushing each other back, but the strongest person will eventually get the advantage on the other person. So it's like, when you live in a world full of entropy, everything is constantly going to a downward spiral, right? When you're young, you have fresh organs, fresh skin, fresh everything. You get old, you just get weak as fuck. Your skin's fucking wrinkling the fuck up. You can't move. A simple fucking fall will break your fucking bones. I even watched this old lady. She was jogging at the gym. This was years ago. And she was jogging and she fell. And she had broke her wrist. And the fall wasn't even like a hard fall. She broke her wrist just by doing like a light ass fall. Like if I was to fall like that, I could easily get my big ass up. Well, not right now because my leg fucked up. But prior to this, or even after I recovered, get my big ass up. When her ass fell, her wrist got swollen as hell. It broke because she's old as fuck. She's been alive too long, and the entropy is fucking her in the ass crack. So now she's an old ass motherfucker. The slightest fall can fuck her up. Why do you think they have life alert? I've fallen and I can't get up. Most young people that are healthy can fall and get up pretty easily. Unless you don't got no health problems or any sort of major injury, you can get your funky ass back up. When you become an old fuck, but when you become an old fuck, any little thing can fuck you up. So when you're just aware of entropy, everything is going to a negative state. You know, the longer that you don't take a shower, you'll stink. you'll get dirty as fuck. So you have to keep washing, keep brushing, keep scrubbing. You have to constantly maintenance your mental and physical health, because if not, you'll go down a downward spiral of negativity, because that's what entropy is. You have to constantly make sure you're satisfying your physical urges, like whether that's eating or whether you have to keep busting nuts. Because if you don't bust a nut, you're going to feel fucking uneasy, and you're going to feel all that tension in your balls and shit. And you're just going to feel, uncomfortable. So you have to keep doing that. You have to keep satisfying your mental health through, doing things you enjoy, having a support system. Because if not, you'll be uncomfortable. You have to keep managing yourself on a continuous basis, because if not, that entropy will fuck you in the ass crack, and you'll start to feel like shit. So when you live in a world like that, it's just no point of being here, dude. No one got time to keep maintaining yourself all the fucking time. Like today, I'm finna clean up a little bit, and then I'm finna wash my ass crack, right? Because if not, my butt's gonna stink, my balls is gonna stink, right? If I don't wash up. So when you live in a world like that, man, and you have to keep constantly upkeeping every fucking thing, it makes you not want to be here, bro. So I can feel Gayval The Gooner, man. Because I'm a nigga that just wants simple shit. I don't want all this extra shit. But the simple things that I want, I can't get rid. It's hard for me to get. I want to motherfucking have some money in my pockets, man. Hard for me to get that. I want to have a woman that wants to stick by my side, ride it out to the end. Hard to get that. I want to have a support system that ain't full of NPC ass shit. Hard to get that shit. Right? It's so hard to get what you want in this world. It's easy to get what you don't want, like I said previously. You know how easy it was to get an ACL tear? You know how easy that was? It happened in like 2-3 seconds. But the recovery is going to take potentially at the most, if I'm pushing it to the absolute most that the doctors estimate, 9 to 12 months. So the injury could happen in a couple seconds. The recovery can take months. Even when I got my vasectomy, the doctor told me, he said, it's easier to destroy things than to build things, because the vasectomy, he's cutting your sperm tubes. He's cutting them. But if you want I forgot the name of it, but if you want them to reattach those tubes that they cut, so the vasectomy it could take 10 to 15 minutes. The reconstruction of the surgery could take hours. It's easy. So he said it's easier to destroy something than it is to repair. I can get a gun, pull the trigger, shoot your window, and I did it in 1 second. But you go to the mechanic, it's going to take them a little bit of time to fix it. It's easier to destroy than it is to repair. We don't live in a world where repairing is easy and it's hard to destroy. It's easy to destroy. Repairing, like, you feel me? Like, if Russia or Iran or whatever, if they dropped a nuclear bomb in America, that wouldn't be too hard. But it would be fucking hard as fuck to rebuild society to where it was prior to the bombing. That would be insanely hard to do. So I'm not gonna say that I'm like Gayval in the sense every day I'm thinking about taking myself out, but thoughts come every once in a while. But the only thing keeping me from doing it is I know it's not an easy task. You know, I know it's not an easy task. Even if some methods are easy physically, it's still not easy mentally. Cause a guaranteed method, cause if you put your head on a train track and let the train go over you, that's easy. But mentally, it's not gonna be easy. So yeah, it fucking sucks, man. You know, it sucks, bro. You know, so I can feel I can sympathize with Gayval The Gooner. You feel me? So yeah, man. Hopefully, man, I'm able to stop making these videos, man, because I don't want to be, you know, even though a lot of people is able to relate to this kind of stuff, and I'm able to relate to other people's videos talking about similar topics. Hopefully, we don't have to keep making these videos forever because it's too much. It's too much. It's too negative. But that's how life is. So who knows if we'll ever stop making these videos? Who knows if we get 50 years old, we still making this shit? I hope not. But man, bro, hopefully all of us find our ways to get our desires met. As long as you ain't no crazy ass motherfucker, your desire is eating, being on some cannibalism shit. Cause some people have desires that just ain't good desires, but it's not their fault that they have those desires. They just have them, just like what Gayval said in his latest video on YouTube. But yeah. All right, well, I'm gonna clean up, do some physical therapy on my leg. You know, I want to reiterate again, pissed off that I can't walk. I got surgery coming up in about 21 days. Get this shit repaired so I can fucking start walking again, bro. And hopefully I'm able to return either back to how I was 100% or close to it. I don't want to be, because injuries to your ligament, like ACL injury is one of the worst injuries you can get as a basketball player. Oh, I only been playing ball for 3 months, dog. 3 months I've been playing, this happens. Like, at least give me a couple years, man. At least give me fucking 10 years of playing, and then 3 months of me playing, this happens, bro. Come on, dog. You can't even have fun in this world without some bad shit happening, bro. That's just how this world is, bro. Fuck, man. I mean, it was my fault. I'm the one that caused it, but damn, man. You know, so hopefully I'm able to return back to how I was. I'm tired of fucking being on these bitch ass crutches all day. I wanna work out, but I'm afraid to go to the gym by myself because I don't want to be. I don't want to be out in public hobbling on crutches all day, bro. But hopefully I'm able to return to my full how I was, bro. This shit fucking sucks balls, sucks ass crack, bro. So yeah, man. That's all I gotta say. I'm out.